hypnotist, and this picture might change some of your lives. What is the reticular activating system? You ever see certain people that seem like they have everything? These seem like some of the luckiest people in the world. Everything just seems to work out for them. They always seem so fortunate. And some of you might wonder why you've struggled throughout your lifetimes, or why you've felt unlucky in the past, and why no matter what you've done, nothing seems to ever go right for you. I want you to look at this picture, and over the next 10 seconds, I only want you to count whatever you see that's red in the photo. Only count how much red you see. Now, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to tell me how much in this picture was blue. See, the red in that photo is what some of you are doing when it comes to the negatives in your lives. Some of you are only so focused on the problems, only focused on everything that's bad in your lives, and so you never see any of the good things because those things are filtered outside of your awareness. Because most are so focused on the problem that they never see the solution. Well, it all boils down to the reticular activating system. This is a mental process that filters all important information and brings it to your awareness. And this is the reason why some of us get caught up in repeating patterns and get stuck in limiting beliefs. In this video, I'm looking to change that for a lot of you. Now, let's say you have a certain goal in mind, something that you look to achieve in the future, something you see as very important. Well, what the reticular activating system does is it will filter out anything outside of that goal and make sure that whatever opportunity that exists, whatever conversations, whatever piece of data from the external environment gets through to your conscious awareness so that you can zone in or focus in on those things that are very important to you. This is to give you a path to your goals. It's like when the reticular activating system is engaged on a specific goal, it will look for any evidence, any opportunity, any conversation, anything from the external that will move you further and further towards that goal, and will put those things in your awareness so that you can move towards the things that you want. So let's say your goal is to start a business, and you make it a daily habit of maybe visualizing, maybe writing down in a journal, or saying affirmations, any of these things that help to make that goal of extreme importance to you. What the reticular activating system will do is that every time you hear a conversation about starting a business, or every time you see something on TV about starting a business, your attention instantly goes there because your unconscious mind knows that it's important to you. Anytime you come across a book that has anything that will help you to achieve your goal, for some reason, you just instantly notice that book. Everything and anything that moves you towards that goal gets conscious focus during this time. It gets filtered into your consciousness. Now, the same can be said for things that are bad, things that are unwanted. A lot of times, a person believes that they're unlucky or that bad things happen to them. Well, your unconscious mind never wants you to be wrong for any reason. So what it will do is it will make anything that you hold to be true, it will give you evidence of that. It will give you any evidence to support that belief. So if you believe that you always get taken advantage of, it will make sure that it will filter out any of the times where you didn't get taken advantage of. It will filter out all the good things that exist in your reality, and it will only put your attention towards those things that support that belief that you always get taken advantage of. So, an example where some of you may have seen the reticular activating system in action is times where you may have bought a car, and before you bought this car, you hardly ever saw it on the road, but it became important to you after you bought the car. Then all of a sudden, you start driving, this car shows up everywhere. You start seeing it several lanes over, you see it behind you, you see it several feet or kilometers in front of you. Now that car was always there. Those cars had been around. They were always on the road. But after you bought the car, all of a sudden, you see them everywhere. Well, that's your reticular activating system in action. So ways you can use your reticular activating system and use it in your favor is you could start really holding your goals in mind, like see them, believe that they're possible, and just see yourself living out those goals. See them clearly in your mind, feel them. If you visualize, that makes it even easier. You see yourself achieving the goal, having achieved it, and celebrating, putting as much detail into that visualization as possible. What you do when you're doing this is you're creating a future memory. Now, the unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination versus reality. So you could use this to your advantage. Examples of this is they did a study. What was done was they had a person who was connected to an EEG machine, and it measured his brain waves as he played the piano, and then when he was visualizing himself playing the piano. What they noticed is that the machine lit up in the exact same areas when he was actually playing the piano as when he was imagining playing the piano. Knowing this, you can use this process to your advantage by holding those goals in your mind and making them as real as you can in your imagination. It will give your unconscious a path to follow to make those things happen for you. And if you do this, you might be very surprised at what you can accomplish. Other examples of the reticular activating system is think of what happens when the super rich, the billionaires, multi-millionaires, sometimes something unfortunate happens in their lives, and all of a sudden they lose all their money. But interesting, a year later, they're rich again, or even more wealthy than they were before they went broke. The same could be said for people who grew up in poverty, and all of a sudden they win a multi-million-dollar lottery. And these people could have hundreds of millions of dollars. But what they have found in most cases is that within a year, those people are poor again, because the unconscious mind will only follow patterns that it's programmed to follow. And I'll be doing more videos in the future on how to reprogram your unconscious mind so that you can start achieving more things. And I will elaborate more on stuff like this. And I will give you lots more methods on how you can use your mind to get those things that you want. And of course, I will be doing plenty of hypnotic video because I am hypnotist. And so keep watching and keep supporting. I will continue to give really good content. Peace.